Create documents. Create documents. How to create documents on Photoshop. How to create documents on Photoshop. I will teach you now how to create documents on Photoshop. When you create a document in Photoshop, instead of beginning with a blank canvas, you can choose from a wide variety of templates from Adobe Stock. And templates include assets and illustrations that you can build on to complete your project. And when you open a template in Photoshop, you can work with it just as you would work with any other Photoshop document. And in addition to templates, you can also create a document by selecting one of the numerous presets available in Photoshop or create your custom sizes. And you can also save your own presets for reuse. Okay, so what about the templates and presets? What about the templates and presets? Templates is meaning provide inspiration and reusable elements for your documents. And you can download templates from Adobe Stock that include quality graphics and illustrations right within Photoshop. And you can then build on these templates to easily create documents that share common setting and design elements. And templates open as .bsd. By the way, the templates open only as .bsd. Files in Photoshop and generally include multiple artboards. Okay, great. So what about the blank document presets? Blank document presets are blank documents with predefined dimensions and setting. Presets make designing for a specific device, form factors, or use cases easier. For example, you can use a preset to quickly start designing for the iPad Pro. And blank document presets have predefined size and color mode and unit orientation or positioning and resolution setting, and you can modify this setting before creating a document using the preset. And templates and presets are categorized into these sets, like a photo or print and art illustration and web, mobile and film and video. So what about access the new document dialog? How to access the new document dialog? Number one, if you would like to access the new document dialog, number one, you should launch Photoshop. You should launch in your machine the Photoshop first on your desktop. You should launch the Photoshop on your machine. If you would like to access the new document dialog, you should launch the Photoshop. Number two, do one of the following. Use the following keyboard shortcut. Use the following keyboard shortcut. Like if you would like to launch the Photoshop on your Mac, your Apple, your Mac OS. If you would like to launch the Photoshop on your Mac OS, what should you do? Okay, in this case you will do now CMD Control M, CMD plus N, CMD plus N. And if you'd like to launch Photoshop on your Windows, on your computer, on your Windows, Control N only. Then select file, then press new, and click new to start new in the start workspace. And right click the tab for an open document and choose new document from the in context menu, like this screenshot. Now look at this picture. Now we have a file and edit and image and layer and type and select. Okay, you will choose now new document from here. Okay, so overview, new document dialog. The new document window lets you create documents using selected templates from Adobe Stock across several categories, like a photo and print and art and illustration and web and mobile and film and video. And find more templates and create documents using them. And quickly access files and templates and items that you have recently accessed actually. and save your own custom presets for use and quickly access them later, and create documents using blank document and presets for multiple categories and device from factors before opening the presets, and you can modify their setting, by the way. Okay, that's great words. Anyway, okay, so look at now this picture, this screenshot. We have default Photoshop size and landscape, and we have photo and print and art, illustration and web, mobile and film and video. Many tools. We have many tools on Photoshop program here now. Okay. If you'd like to create a document using presets, what should you do? What should you do if you would like to create documents using presets? We have many steps here now. Step number 1. In the new document dialog box, click a category tab, then photo, print and art and illustration and web, mobile and film and video. Then number 2, select a preset. Number 3, optionally, change the setting for the selected preset in the preset details pane on the right. And you should to see modify presets to understand how. Number 4, click create. You will click create, and then Photoshop opens a new document based on the preset. And modify presets. How to modify presets? Before opening a document using the preset, and you can modify its setting in the right pane, like these steps. Step number 1, specify a file name for the new document. You should specify a file name for the new document, like this screenshot, like this image now. Preset details. We have preset details. Look at now. Preset details. Untitled one. Okay. Then we have width and height and resolution and orientation and art ports and color mode, and we have background content. Then create. After you fill, you will press create. Number 2, step number 2, specify the following options for the selected preset, like width and height, and specify the size of the document. Then select the unit from the pop-up menu. And orientation, specify a page orientation, like this screenshot now. Specify the page orientation here. Yes, actually. Okay. Specify a page orientation for the document, landscape or portrait. And art borders. What about art borders? Select this option if you want your document to have art borders. Photoshop adds an art borders, by the way. Photoshop adds art borders, by the way. Okay, that's great. While creating the document. And what about the color mode? We have actually a color mode here now. Color mode here, RGB color and 8-byte RGB color mode. Specify a color mode for the document, and changing the color mode converts the default contents of the selected new document profile to a new color. So what about resolution? We have a resolution here actually. Yes, exactly. Resolution here 300 pixels or inch. Resolution 300 pixels or inch. You will choose now. Okay, specify the finances of detail in a bitmap image measured in pixels or inch or pixels centimeters. So what about the background content? We have actually background content here. Background content, specify a background color for the document only, yes. And step number 3, to specify the following extra option, click advanced option. Anyway, like this screenshot, we have advanced option and color profile, like working RGB and pixel aspect ratio. So what about color profile? We have color profile actually, and specify the color profile for your document from a wide range of options. And pixel aspect ratio, specify the ratio of width to height of a single pixel in a frame, like this screenshot now. Pixel ratio, yes. Pixel aspect ratio, specify the ratio of width to height of a single pixel in a frame. Number 4, click create to open a document. Click create to open a document with the preset setting. Then save your own presets. Save your own presets. The preset details pane lets you modify an existing preset or specify fresh setting for a new one. To save your custom setting as a new preset, follow these steps now. Step number 1. After you are done specifying the setting, click this icon now. Click this icon now in the preset details pane. Number 2. Specify a name for the new preset. Number 3. Click save preset, and you can later access the new preset from the saved tab of the new document dialog. Okay, great. How to create documents. How to create documents using templates from stock. If you'd like to create documents using templates from stock, what should you do? Photoshop comes with various templates from Adobe stock and templates with font layers. Use basic fonts or fonts that can be sensed from Adobe Typekit. To create a document using a template, do one of the following. Number 1. In the new document dialog, click a category tab, photo and print and art and illustration, web, mobile and film and video. Number 2. Select a template. Number 3. Click see preview to view a preview of the template, and the preview is an image representation of a template that you can review and decide if you want to license that template. Okay, that's a great word. Yeah. Okay, so look at the screenshot now. We have now example. We have recent and saved and photo, print, all tools. This is all the tools on the Photoshop program. Yes. Okay. If you press the photo here now, you will find this screenshot. These photos. You'll find these photos now, and you will choose anyone from those. Okay. Then step number 4. Click download. You will click download here. Okay, you will click download. Step number 4. And Photoshop prompts you to license the template from Adobe stock. And for more and about license and related considerations, after the template has been licensed using asset, entitlements or credits in your account, you can open it as a Photoshop document for you to work on, like this screenshot now, Adobe stock. And step number 5. After the template has downloaded, click open. Then while opening the template, if you are prompted to sense some fonts from Typekit, click OK. And you can now work with the open document in Photoshop just as you would work with any other .bsd document. And note we have notes here now. Note that and be careful. Downloaded templates are added to a Creative Cloud library called Stock Templates, and you can access this library in the Libraries panel. And Photoshop templates carry the .bsd file name extension. The file name extension here now BSD. Okay, however, when you open a template, an instance of it's opened as a .bsd document and the changes made to BSD document don't affect the original .bsd template. Great word. What else? So what else? Search for more templates from Adobe stock. Aside from the pre-selected templates from Adobe Stock, you can search for and download numerous other such templates directly from within the new document dialog. And while working in the new document dialog, enter a search string in the Find More Templates on Adobe Stock box. And alternatively, simply click Go to browse the full selection of available templates. And Photoshop opens the Adobe Stock website in a new browser window for you to explore. And search for more templates and download the one that best meets your project's requirement. Like this screenshot now. Adobe Stock. We have Adobe Stock now here. Explore and license templates on the Adobe Stock website and use the legacy file new experience. Also not recommended, and you can disable the latest new document experience and revert to the file new experience that Photoshop provided by default in version 2015.5 and earlier. Like these steps. Step number 1. Select edit, then press preferences, then general. Number 2, select use legacy file. Select use legacy file, new interface, then click OK. Look at here now, for this picture here now. Use legacy file, new interface, and then press OK. You will choose general only. In the firstly, you will choose general, then you will sign on use legacy file new interface, then press OK. That's great. Note that you can use the keyboard shortcuts for opening file control CMD plus O, and or starting new documents control CMD plus M to open this dialog box. FAQ. What are the available formats for templates? Templates in Photoshop exist in the BSD format, and when you open a template, Photoshop creates an instance of its document, and you can work on and save the document just as you would work with any other Photoshop document. And how can you customize a preset after you have saved it? You can further customize and save preset in the preset details pane, and the new preset, however, must be saved with a different name. And how you can customize a template? How you can customize a template? No any changes, by the way, you make to the template instance after downloading it aren't applied to the original template. And you have downloaded templates in Photoshop and Illustrator, and can you use them interchangeably? Okay, so the templates that you downloaded in Photoshop and Illustrator are found in libraries. You can open only .bsd, be careful, .bsd only from Photoshop and Illustrator. If you download it in Photoshop and in Illustrator, you are found libraries. You can open it only .bsd. Yes, exactly. Templates in Photoshop and only .ait. Templates in Illustrator. Yes, that's great word. Thank you.